Welcome back to the podcast where I'm Duran.
And I'm Mike.
And Mike, you got a question for me?
Man, I'm asking all the questions this week, huh? So, I was watching a interview where Queen Naija said that the right woman can make a man change his ways. And I guess the question is, do you believe the right woman can make a man change his ways?
Nope.
Just that plain and simple?
Yeah. No.
But we've seen it though, right?
No.
You've never seen like a man dog one woman out, but with another woman who don't put up with the same stuff, change how he acts.
She didn't change him. He changed because he wanted to. No man don't change for no woman. I don't believe that. I believe that you change because you want to, not because she made you or because she did something. It might seem like that, but that's not it. I believe a man sees something in a woman that makes him want to do that. And I'm not going to put that on her. I'm going to say that's on him. So he might not have seen that in the previous girl. And so that's just what it is. It ain't got nothing to do with what you tolerate. Who wants to be treated like crap? So you saying the previous girl wanted to be treated like crap?
Yeah. Yeah. We've seen it all the time. There's people who live in that toxicity and they want to be yelled at, cursed at. Some people even want to be physical to a certain degree.
That's on them. That's toxic. But I don't
They
believe
tolerate it.
I don't believe that's how that works for guys when it comes to changing for the better. I believe that we make that decision based off what we see, just like how we came to the conclusion that men know what they want. It don't take all day for us to pick something.
Right.
So if I'm not selecting you, it's the reason I'm not selecting you. It's not you. It's me and how I feel towards you, not because of what you did specifically.
Right. But so if men know what they want, right? They
Right.
know they want this, and this. When they see that in front of them, they're going to change to go for that, right? And if that happens to be a woman, like, and they change in order to meet her standards, because she's at the standard that we want, but we're not there yet. So if we're changing to get to her standards, wouldn't that be saying that men have changed because they met the right woman?
No, and I absolutely got how you tried to spin that, but no, that's not how that works. I get it.
This is one of the few. I want people to understand. Me and Duran agree. Like, we've been friends for since we were in sixth grade, so it's been 23 years now, right? So there's not a lot of stuff that we stray on a little bit, but I actually agree with her on this.
I don't.
I think a man will change his ways to be with that woman that he feels is at the standard that he wants.
That dude is still a dog walker girl. That's a good woman, even if she is what he wants, because that's what he wanted to do.
That's not what he really wants.
That's what he wanted to do.
And right. But I don't feel like that's what he really wants.
He's doing it on his own accord. He's not doing it for her. It's plenty of good women and dudes that ain't even like that, but you just do what you want. You doing you.
Because I feel like we've seen this before where, like, a guy will change his ways. He'll do right by a woman, right? It doesn't mean she's necessarily doing right, but he feels like she's at the standard that he wants. So he takes it serious. He's doing everything that he's not cheating. He's not talking to nobody else. He's focused in, he's working, he's doing his best. And you've seen that compared to some of the guys we knew and how they were before that.
Let's take it there. So a guy can make that decision without coming to the realization that it's because of a woman. He could do that on his own. Maybe he just realized that that's not the person he wanted to be. And so for the next person that he meet, he decided to change on his own and be different. So he knew all that toxicity, whatever came with it, abusive, violence, whatever. And he chose not to do that because he's like, man, that wasn't right. I shouldn't have treated her like that. So the next girl I get, I ain't going to be like that. I'm going to be different. So it don't have to be the woman herself that makes him change. The man just came to a realization that he wasn't being a man. Or putting his hands on the female, cussing her out, not taking care of her, honoring her. You don't have to have a woman to come in and do that. Now, am I saying that can't happen? I'm not saying that. I'm saying I just don't believe that it's solely just on her. I'm saying that he has to want that because you can't make nobody do nothing. Nobody on earth can make us do anything.
Right, but
only time you can force somebody to change their opinion or how they feel is if you got them at gunpoint or their life is in danger. You can't make somebody do something just because of how good of a person you think you are.
But when we're talking about change his ways though, like think about how many men were in the streets, right? And they meet this woman who don't want them to be in the streets no more. She's not gonna put up with it. She's not gonna tolerate it. And now they working a 9 to 5,
right,
doing what they got to do.
So let me stop you right there. It's not a woman's job to babysit a man.
No, not at all.
So while a woman can't contribute to the success or the cleanliness of a man, I'm still not giving that to her, whether she tolerates it or not.
But I'm saying, the
man gotta come to that head or that realization. Like, I get what you're saying. She just don't take that mess. She don't do that. But that's a woman stepping into her nurturing role and then mixing it with something that shouldn't be mixed with. Because you can't get a bum off the street and then try to clean them up and do something and then take credit for it and be like, oh, well, now everything is so peachy keen and perfect.
But if a bum see a woman that he wants, she comes and she helps him. Let's just say she volunteers to help people on the street. And he's like, I really like her. You know what? I'm going to get myself together so that I can eventually come to the standard where I want to ask her out. I can be the man that she wants.
Right.
And then we can do this together.
But did you hear what you said? You said he came to the realization, not just to meet her standards, but he liked her. So he chose that he liked her and that he wanted to do better for her.
But the source of the inspiration was her.
But she didn't do nothing. He just saw her and decided he wanted
but to. But we didn't say that women are doing anything.
You did. You said it's the right woman make a man change.
The right woman make a man change his ways.
I said no, because that's in that situation.
She can be the inspiration for him changing his ways. Her standards and what she wants in a man can make him look at himself and go, I am not there. And I'm not talking about, when we talk about standards, I'm not talking about what these young women have nowadays, talking about, oh, he got to have 6 figures and pay all the bills and he got to do this and do that. No, I'm talking about her standards as far as this is what a man in her life provides.
I get what you,
and she doesn't necessarily need it. I know he doesn't necessarily need to take care of her, but he needs to provide. He needs to be an asset to her life the same way she's going to be an asset to his life. And I think when a man finds that woman that's going to be an asset to his life as much as he is to hers, he will change his ways. He's not going to dog her up. He's not going to be talking to somebody else on the side. He's not going to, if he was in the streets, he's not going to be risking his life or selling drugs or even trying to bring her around or in the streets, because at that point, like, his job is also to protect her from that. And he's not going to put her in that situation.
I get what you're saying. It's still a no for me, dog. I'm just not of that mindset whatsoever.
See, look, you said Tariq from Power never changed his ways, and you ain't changing them either.
I ain't doing none of that. That's a horrible comparison because I just did not like that character.
It's just some people you don't like. It, Tariq is like what you're saying though, because like that man wanted to change. He kept saying he wanted to change his ways, but still kept doing the same stuff. And even when he had he's in college, he's talking to all these girls who got their life together or who get on track. Instead of changing his ways, he pulled them kind of into his stuff.
Yeah, toxic. But that's the life he chose. He chose that when he killed his daddy. So that's what I'm saying.
Damn, he what? You ruined the story out here?
Yep, sure did. So you shouldn't be watching Power Ghost, if you ain't seen the original Power. So you spoiled yourself. So, but I just don't believe that. Because I've seen it too many times. I've never been a fan of girls who say that. Well, I came along and Darius changed his life, and now we live. I'm all for y'all having a happy life. I'm all for him stepping up to the plate and doing what he's doing. But don't take credit for that man choosing you. Just take honor the fact that he thought she was a good enough woman, and so he decided, you know what, I'm gonna cut out all the bull crap. Because the man know when it's time to be a man and when he can play, and we'll play in your face if you let us. So regardless of what your standard is or how you feel, it really is a man's world. So I expect this to have a lot of comments, a lot of views, and a lot of women saying stuff. But you got to understand, you can't say one thing and then expect not to get nothing back. So it's two sides to everything. So yes, it is some cases where women come along and they find a man and he do exactly what you said, and then they happy and they move on to the loo, pop, rice in the air, wedding, we good. He good, they straight. But most of the instances come from a man knowing what he want, and we know what we want, and we know exactly how we want it and what's gonna happen. And men can be childish.
Let me ask you a question, and this is just real quick because we only got a few more minutes. Do you think it's harder to find a good man or a good woman?
It's harder to find a good man because that's a whole different podcast. We got to talk about that some other time. I'm gonna just keep it short. You gotta approach a man in a certain manner and meet him where he's at. And I think that a lot of times women, when they approach men, if they approach him, they don't really try to come to understand the things that he may have gone through. It's always us being programmed into us doing something for the woman. Open the door, hold the door, be courteous, do this. This is how you talk to her. Be nice, understand her emotions and her feelings. But what about the man? You think he ain't ever went through nothing? We literally are like the machines of the world. You gotta, the world is on our back.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna stop you here just because I feel like we gonna dive into another podcast with that question alone.
I got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I said I was keeping it short with this.
Okay.
So the world is on our backs. So when you have that like background, and then if you think about it, just going off the statistic that is now something that everybody joke about. Oh, well, your dad wasn't there. Your dad wasn't home. So your father not being there contribute to some of this stuff that's happening to you because you don't got nobody protecting you or telling you nothing. Then you go through your own experiences as you start to navigate through stuff. And then somehow you spiral into being a young adult and you're just trying to figure it out. And you start getting into ladies and stuff. And that's where babies and these decisions come from. And you was just trying to survive. So you supposed to just magically come up to Tisha and just have your life together and respect her presence and her emotions and water her flower and nothing. And you ain't never been damaged or anything. So no, I don't believe that a man can just be fixed by seeing a woman that was like, oh my God, thank you, Kimberly, for coming in and rescuing me. I think that he finds a certain peace in the woman that he respects, and it makes him or re-energizes him to do better because he already knows what he's doing previously.
This is one I think we just gonna have to agree to disagree on.
That's fine. I'm cool with that, and I'll be the villain. I'm gonna be the villain.
I'm not saying that that men can't inspire themselves to change, but I'm just saying that a lot of men's change, I think, is preparing themselves to find that spouse or that wife, because we have, like you said, we hunt, and that hunt is looking for what's the best. We're hunting for the best for us, right? Like you found your wife, that's the best for you. I found my wife, that's the best for me. I know what I was looking for. You know what you were looking for, right? So we live for that hunt, but also once we do have what we hunted for, now we're in protection mode. We're here to protect our wife and this or that. And as part of that hunt, I feel like we also have to shape ourselves for what we really want. And if we want this wife that is here, we have to get ourselves here, right? Because nobody, you ain't gonna find a wife that you want that's above you. You're gonna make sure y'all are on that same
See,
level.
that's a different podcast because I got a whole nother opinion outside of that. So we're closing. Y'all let us know. Like, comment, subscribe. Get on the Apple Podcast, Spotify, the Facebook, YouTube. Was keeping that under wraps, but we're gonna throw it out there. Instagram and TikTok as of now has been doing good. So we thank y'all, and we out.
Peace.